Let's talk clarity. I'm back at you once again, you guys, and I'm talking about how recovering from being burnt out is very important to do burnout rituals. Okay, burnout rituals. What are they? Um, ooh, definitely is not when your back is hurting, right? So, um, I am going to be open and honest right now. Let's talk clarity. Let's talk clarity. Talk clarity. I'm doing burnout rituals that is really good for my soul. So if they're good for me, they could be good for you. So what I'm doing is I'm rejuvenating my life force. And my thing is, maybe you might be asking, how do you know when you're burnt out? Okay, so I'm a little out of breath. I've been exercising. This can manifest in physical symptoms like headache, stomach problems, forgetfulness. Your memory could be, you can't focus, brain thoughts, changes in your sleep and eating habits, and sincerely, I gotta turn this thing off so I feel better. Oops, wait a minute. Let me get it together here, because I'm needing to straighten out my back. Oh, that's better, y'all. I'm on my little bluefin. So anyway, back to, the bluefin is a plate. So anyway, what was I saying? How do you know that you're burnt out? So, you guys, excuse me, my back is bothering me, but I'm here. So the changes in your sleep patterns will change. So also your eating habits could change, right? So sometimes when you feel burnout energy, it can come from the way that you're working at your job as an employee or as an entrepreneur. So there's several many ways. So when you're overworked and you have chronic stress, that's a part of my burnout. It can also come from not having a say in how you do your job. Can you picture that? Some people feel like that, right? So feeling like you lack control over your life, that could burn you out. So it can also lead, to depression. So it's time to say no to the draining draconian energy that I would love to talk about. If y'all want me to, let me know. Poor sleep, a lack of support, and actually unhealthy coping skills and mechanisms. And even, not to forget, financial stress. And this one is one of my favorite things that I always have to think that people need to work on, being perfect. That's a real draining factor, okay? Yep, so no worries at all, no worries. It's time to move into your peace power, because I'm moving into more peace power. I got to have that peace power, and it's time to play a different ball game. So transformation is, of course, a process. So as I'm doing this little process, y'all gotta bear with me. I am dealing with some back pain, so I'm taking actions, right? And I gotta give myself some love, and I'm giving love to y'all too. So as I'm in this journey, it's about being revitalizing yourself, right? So revitalizing yourself, everybody, you know yourself. So love is a healing power, and it's deeply, deeply, deeply important. And it is rooted in our soul, right? It's rooted in my soul to keep activated. And how I renew It works for me. So possibly this can work for you, because it works for it's about your body, and it's about your body from the inside out, right? And it is where I can point out some guidance. So we're gonna start with talking clear. Let me talk clarity clear. It is about chakras, okay, which are energy centers that are in your body, right? And it has your chakras have an influence on your physical, on your emotional, and no doubt your spiritual well-being. So as I'm doing this kind of like thing, trying to give myself some decompression, it's even necessary to do the positive processes in a lively fashion, right? So you gotta think about that and direct your energies away from people who are going to influence you in ways that, may not help you at all. So for example, go on a vacation, establish some rest, take some time out to refresh yourself, right? Somebody tell you need a vacation, go on vacation, enjoy your life. So I don't really believe in that, because sometimes I know for myself personally, I went on vacation, I came back just as tired and frustrated as I was before I left. So something has to be done about that. So I have been doing this for some time now with people, and I call it, a spiritual vacation. Get your spiritual vacation on. And it's not just on Sundays, okay? So let's dive into the spiritual vacation stuff immediately. You can do it every time you need it. Go on a spiritual vacation. It may take a few evenings. It could take however that is transcribed, to your modality, right? So, you take a plan and the time set. And sometimes you might have to, look at, well, how long I've been going this thing? So 30 days, hey, that's a challenge to do that. You know what I mean? But it's important to do these rituals. So it's a daily realignment, and that's why I'm mentioning the chakras, okay? And by that, if you know what it is, it's high levels of breath work. And it's very important. And yes, I'm a practitioner, whoop-de-doo. But also you need your hydration, and you need a good source of imagination on a positive sense that is very essential, because it's a part of taking care of yourself from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? Without an x-ray. So anyway, these self-healing phases for our peace of mind and body, and of course the very important part of it all is that you focus. Okay, you have to be able to focus and do it in a repetitive way with methods that are gonna work, right? So that you stay fit with the new daily routines that you have to make, because this is gonna be something that happens in a way that beats exhaustion the heck down, okay? Because overworking happens, and there are so many ways that people become exhausted. You can be exhausted by the presence of other people's energy that you put up with. You become burnt out, but there are more exercises mentally, spiritually, physical processes that take place to help you do that. So even by journaling, I have some very exciting, good ways of journaling. You're going to enjoy them. The meditation, I have some good practices that I could show you what that is and what it feels like. You have to let go of whatever you consume that has led you down the road of exhaustion and burnout. You have to be able to deactivate your stress. And that's not easy to do alone. We all have boundaries, right? And I have a lot of respect for people's boundaries. This is why I came into the mastering of what I am always working towards internally, externally, with people, with myself alone, my mental structure. I have to cut down on a lot of unnecessary mess, okay? A lot of unnecessary distractions. And, you know, that noise sometimes is going to be there. You can't do nothing about it, but what you can do from your inside is what's very important, okay? So our body, yes. Our mind, yes. The unhealthy habits is there. And with the patterns that take place when you're exhausted, that's the thing, of course, is that contributing to that draining power that took away from your strength, right? So how do you do that? You tell me. Because I know I love solitude, right? The alignment. So whatever you choose, you have to shift in a way that is simply for you, that is because you're unique, you're different. And you have to make small changes. We're all different, right? So you have to take a few extra hours and take away from the things that you are doing that are causing you unrest. So you have to move away from like the social medias. You have to be able to move away from your phones for time periods. And even speaking about unnecessary small stuff that don't even matter, you got to save your breath, okay? And where your mind can just take you. You know, the unnecessary negative mindset, that's every day, that's anywhere, it ain't going nowhere. Okay, so being able to focus even on the topics that don't even contribute to your life force energy, and being relaxed, you know, you can name a few, right? So it's time for some good vibes. It is time for some good times, and during your time that you might need or to help someone out there exhaustion, I want you to give or have an experience, because it is a internal, you know what I mean? It's a process. So right now, let's talk about it some more. Anytime you spend your mind going and reminiscing about past negative situations and people that rubbed you the wrong way, those experiences that can make you stress out. You know, doing those harmful things, you're upsetting your brain chemistry. You're causing chaos within yourself. Okay, that's what you like to do. That's not my business, but I'm just telling it like it is for clarity, okay? Your memories that lack your ability to feel excited, what do you think hey, you want to avoid any tiring, repetitive stuff that happens, and even if it's coming through the TV, okay? All right, those repetitive feelings and actions, they don't do you any good. You don't realize exactly how your brain receives and what it does and processes. So the energy of being in your good breath, watch a movie, watch a scary movie and see how your breath changes. You need something sacred, okay? Your spiritual sacred self is your breath, okay? And it sends signals to your brain. So your source light is very important. We are spirits living in this body. And it's time to get there, when you're exhausted, to upgrade your inner self. Because, for me, it's a must. I have to unplug from any lower dimensional emotions that I could activate, because I'm doing it right now, as a matter of fact. So I have to go inside myself and focus on what I'm doing right now. I'm at home, I'm feeling good, I'm changing, and I'm in a space that is surrounding me with peace. And I also have to declutter, you know what I'm saying? My brain, my thoughts, my energy, my space. I have to brighten up the air. I might have to open up the curtains. I might have to darken everything, especially when I'm sleeping, because you need that black nothingness, okay? I have to turn off my TV. I don't sleep with that thing on. All right, I like to sleep in my darkness. I like to drink a little bit of water before I go to bed. I can't stand running to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And I love to take warm baths, hot baths with salt, certain different kinds of salt, depending on what I'm doing with certain elements. This is a natural way of invigorating and de-escalating the stress in my body, okay? So to relax, I am advising you, if you're exhausted, to sink into your comfort level so your cells can regenerate, and not doing things for comfort that is going to cause damage to your cells, right? To your mind. So, by regenerating that during the time that is needed, is so important to eat right, to eat well for your body and what you need. You can consult your doctor, eat the right vegetables that's good for your body, that's not going to be processed in a negative way, or what you can and cannot do. I wouldn't know unless we have that conversation. You got to make sure you're just reframing. God, this thing is shaking the crap out of me. Refraining from the stimulants like caffeine and sugars, right? So your body won't be on some false ride down a dark hole that makes you function like a nervous wreck, okay? Because your nervous system, it needs to retune itself, right? So every evening, this is why sleep is needed. When you close your eyes and you go to sleep, oh, this thing finally stopped. I think I'm going to need it some more. I'm not sure. But I got to stretch it out. Anyway, to the point of needing, we have to take I got to take at least 7 or 9 hours when I'm really exhausted. And I can get it from chronic. You can get exhaustion from being in pain. So we could talk about that. So being well within your ability, of course, to think clear, that fog brain. No, say no to that. Save your energy. So my earring fell out. You can try to go to bed earlier. That's old school. And just stop doing whatever it is that you do. You might have to journal what that is and send a letter to yourself. Temporary solutions, you know what I mean? After you've done that, though, you could feel really different the next day, and I'm pretty sure us adults. So I'm reading a message from one of my people. They're celebrating Father's Day. So changing your eating habits, right? You make sure you avoid fast foods. Gotta go to McDonald's. No, I don't do that. Don't want to know them. Eating too much meat. Yeah, that shit can be, that stuff can be really bad for you. It can make you feel heavy. It can weigh you down. It could be something going on in the energy and the veins of the animal that you don't need, and you can look it up. Science and facts, animals that meat, it can have a source of disease. You have to be careful. It could cause more mucus in your body. You could do that from milk, all those different things. It might not affect everybody. So my main advice to you is not trying to tell you what you should and should not do. But for me, I'm just going over what I know, and I love to stick to what I know, and it could revitalize, and it could give someone some light. It could activate what you wasn't even thinking about. So what I'm pointing to is that your vitality is about your strength being in a super powerful way, and to definitely avoid stress. So the processes that take place is also from the food, because food can stress you the heck out too. All right, your tummy fat and all that. So your digestive system, I love seeking support, people to help me, be hard on myself if I need to, tell me the truth. Professional advice, of course, is numero uno. Most people, hey, people are in the AI, go to AI. AI will talk to you all night, free of charge. You pay that bill, but, it's about positive vibes that can contribute to your authentic self. So that's some light for you. Exercise to cleanse your spirit, and that's what I'm doing. It is a emotional sweet spot of energy that is needed every day. It is good for the physical body. I'm saying it again and again. It requires the routine maintenance to keep yourself running clear and efficiently. Yes. So do the work, okay? Because our energy bodies ain't waiting, okay? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about because I got some gray hairs. So I need to be refreshed, and I need a daily dose of it every day, okay? So I have to focus, and I have to use my imagination. I'm going to share this exercise with you. When I love to do it is when I get into the shower. I have my shower about 6 feet above me. Well, you can imagine light above that, okay? That's a lot. I might admit maybe like 2 feet, a foot away from me or something like that. So deeply, you have to go in and you have to envision what I do. I envision in my shower, and as the water is, I also like to have the light there and have it pouring over my head and make sure the color of blue, okay, because you're servicing yourself for care. And that encompasses your energy for realignment as you are showering and cleaning your body. From the outside, you can do it on the inside, your chakras, right? The 7 levels from the top of your head, all right, to your lower spine area. I'm going to name these 7 chakras, okay? So you got your heart, throat, and your third eye. You got your crown chakra, you got your sacral, you got your solar, and your root chakra, all right? Your root chakra. You got to scan those chakras, right? So how do you do that? It is outwardly that you start, and it is an insertion, and you have to manipulate the fragments because I'm trying to speak a different language. Your karmic thought forms may have to be detached and pulled away from your body. So those certain things start with your breath. Okay, and you scan how you feel. You know, when you go to the doctors, remember the doctor, what does the doctor tell you? What does the doctor tell you? They listen to your breath. They tell you to take a deep, they're listening for something. They're scanning and they're watching your blood pressure. So it's like downward, starting from your crown chakra, your head, and going down through your face, going down through all the different, each sections, your chakra, your way of knowing your modality and dosing your body with shower of light. Ta-da! Duh! Okay, so you see yourself in a shower, go there, put that blue light. Some like to do it, and there's nothing wrong with it, like a blue light that you can buy and attach to your shower. You can have that one, okay? And instead of imagining it's actually there, because that light is so important, it saturates you. And as you're washing yourself and showering, enjoying that, it's also going beyond just pouring through your pores, but you're also giving your physical body more light and expanding in a way that's inside you while you're doing it outwardly. It's a wonderful thing. Try it. If you need some help doing it, clearly you need to let me know, because your body, I want it to be able to be compassed in a type of spiritual cleaning and healing cleaning through the same type of way that you clean your body, because we know when you take that shower, you feel invigorated, you know? So you take a deep breath while you're doing this. You breathe well. You breathe out your mouth. You count down. You count up. And you let your thoughts create a form of instantaneous revitalization, okay? And you can also focus as that water going down the drain, whatever, okay, whomever, let them go down there, okay? Put them down there, put them down, because I want you to put intentions into this exercise, because the routine of it is wonderful, okay? It's a body maintenance, it's a mental maintenance, it revitalizing, it's a process that you have to do in the shower anyway to be clean, so hey, it's important. And it will help you recover from burnout, tiring energy. Who needs it? I mean, where we going? Where we going? I'm still a baby as far as I'm concerned. And I love to make sure after I got my shower, I take my sip of tea. I'm invigorating in some libation that is going to give me something, that mango, ginger, something being good to myself, okay? So, yeah, I do mango ginger. I do pineapple with ginger and orange juice, all that. It was so good, y'all. Y'all have to practice this. Okay, you have to avoid any repetitive stress that's not going anywhere. Stress is a part of life. Okay, it accumulates and it's a tiring low light. I mean, you see this every day. You know, look in your mirror when you're exhausted. Do you like what you see? Okay, so I'm advocating for you to do what is necessary. Okay, do what is necessary in a way that is about giving yourself the strength and feeling good and giving it to yourself, your best self, as a matter of fact. Getting clarity on sharing the ways is what I love to do. So it's time to step back and step up and adjust and do something that's supportive to your life force. All right, and I love sharing. I ain't got no problem with it. Even when I'm going through revitalizing myself, a lot of my people are wondering, where is she? What's going on? So anyway, I'm loving on myself, y'all. I'm sustaining my life force. That's what anybody can do that's interested in what's going on with me, okay? So next time, let's talk clarity. And what am I going to be doing next? I'm going to be also speaking on tapping into solitude. Okay, so that's going to be a very informative way of me expressing how to do that, because you know, solitude is better than what I mean is being alone instead of being around fake people. You know, you want to stay connected to your peace and not let people steal that from you, because my peace for me is like a paycheck. It's time that I love to always come out here and share, and I always love to rip the cover off of my wisdom and share some strength, share some healing, so anyone who respects it can maintain that might need it. Some of my younger generational people, you know, the new opportunities that you have in this life right now, take a hold of it. Your new ideas from your spiritual and your mental levels and your financial gain and growth is so important. You can isolate yourself and shift into a powerful way. You know, you don't need them girl trips, okay? You can see what it's doing. So solitude is very important. It's a universal power, okay? And and you got to be careful, because doing too much isolation, that can make a negative impact on you. And we could talk about that. So next time Let's Talk Clarity is going to be about your mental space and solitude. And anybody that want to tune into it, it's not no age thing. I hit closer to my younger people because, you know, it's what I like to do. It's not saying that older people, but I can't tell some of y'all nothing. So my personal vibes is mine, and you can repel yourself from people that are just out to do transactions to you. You know, because your energy is not just a transaction or the relationships that you want. You know, you need personal beneficial things that without someone trying to always give you something that is superficial. You know, the love and the attention that we all need, it is very important that it stay authentic, okay? And for you to have nurturing relationships, so you have to have very strong solitude strength mechanism within your mind, okay? Because you can't mess around with that, you know, because we know it's some real ones. I'm one of the real ones out here. You know, I love to leave a sonogram of peace and joy around the people that I get to experience. You know, I like to be a breath of fresh air, and I love to experience a breath of fresh air from people, you know. It's really interesting, you know, no lies, y'all. I'm telling you how you can, what's really solitude really is. You can look it up but how to manipulate your solitude and what you do during your solitude. I'm Empress Deirdre. I'm coming to you live and direct, and it's always going to be loving you for you. All right. So I hope you guys understand burnout. Gotta go. So I'm about to go. See ya. Love ya.